Yeah, very nice. Cheers.
Been 2 weeks off work pretty much, and what a 2 weeks it's been. Last weekend was Easter up in Mildura, watching the race boats. It's meant to go and watch drags. Too busy catching up with all my old mates and stuff from when I lived up there, so didn't quite make that one. But anyway, it was a good weekend away, pretty much camping on the river, good crew, plenty of laughs. So yeah, it was good to relax for a weekend and get away. So pretty much got back, straight back in the tow truck, no surprise there, and pretty much just been trying to smash all the wiring out and yeah, sort of get this thing powered up, ready to run. This weekend we had powernats, and yeah, what a weekend. Bloody weather was perfect, could not complain. Yeah, the event went awesome. We had a few hiccups. Track crew and the Foros, hats off to those guys. They acted really quickly and did all the right things. And yeah, hopefully the people that were in the incident recover quickly, and yeah, all is well with it, with those two. And yeah, the rest of the event was able to carry on, and yeah, everyone enjoyed themselves and had a great time. So it's good to get back out there. It's been 2 years trying to get this event going, but with COVID and the rain, we had to cancel it each year, and now we finally got it back. So it's definitely good. Plus it's the local big event that we have, and we're using the track again. So that's the main thing. Wagon itself, motor singing, wagon itself went great. Yeah, definitely enjoyed it. Tipping comp was awesome. I'd probably do that all day if the tyres held on. And yeah, we ended up coming home with some awards, so definitely unexpected, because loading on the trailer for me is pretty much winning. I'll take that any day of the week. But yeah, we ended up getting Rev King. Not sure how. There's some definitely high revving outfits out there, but I'll take it. And then yeah, we ended up getting runner-up in the tipping comp, so that was pretty good. Yeah, congrats to Benny Simpson for winning that. He definitely threw Scud around pretty quickly. And yeah, that's a pretty awesome car, especially being forward powered and all that. So yeah, top top 20, we ended up getting 9th place, so that was pretty good for that. Definitely some awesome cars in that top 20, and I was just happy enough to get my 3rd skid, so could not see for shit. The smoke didn't like to leave the in-run that much, so it's kind of just throwing it in there, hopefully not hitting any walls, which, yeah, we come out of it, no walls hit. So, yeah, pretty thankful for that. But, yeah, pretty happy to get some awards. I reckon Nana would be over the moon. She's been a massive supporter of this car. Yeah, I used to build it in here. She'd be sitting out the front of her chair, talking away. Every night I'd be out here, she'd be cooking me dinner. Probably had more dinners here than at home. And she always supports us kids, was always out there watching us, whether it be drag racing, burnouts, and yeah, I reckon she'd be over the moon. It's also the other reason why we can't really ever sell this car. Don't really want to, and it's also the reason that's on the plate. So yeah, pretty happy with a bit of an outcome. It's been a tough few years trying to get this thing right. Had a lot of problems with it, and yeah, thanks to everyone who's helped out, supported with it, lent a hand, got me out of the shit, all that sort of thing. So yeah, cheers to that. Much going on in here. That truck's still in a million pieces. Hopefully one day soon I'll be able to get back into it. This one still looks the same, but all the wiring is pretty much right. So all this side's been cleaned up. Everything that needs to be deleted, not there, is all done. Half of it's been run from here, back to up here to run down to the motor side of things. Pretty much right to go. Alternator, so that's just an old spark plug boot. I just like to keep that insulated, especially if something falls on it. So yeah, a bit of an idea if you want to make that sort of look clean and tidy. And then yeah, all the wiring for the coil, the dizzy, thematic switch, all that sort of thing. It's all pretty much right to go. And yeah, run down the back of the block here. I'll probably put some mounts here so it's all nicely mounted. And then yeah, you got the alternator wire and the starter wire down to the starter. The only thing I'm waiting on is I did run short of battery cable, because what I ended up doing was running from the battery here in a grommet through this side to an isolator switch at the dash, and then it'll come from there out through a grommet on this side down to the starter motor. And that's pretty much just to isolate it, because I have wired this thing and don't 100% trust myself. And at the same time, it's a bit of a safety thing if there was a fire, or say if anything went wrong on the back with the hydraulics or the winch or anything, you can just hit the isolator switch and you're good to go. So bit of a safety thing as well. So yeah, that's pretty much right. I haven't done anything on the left hand side because all that wiring is pretty much what's there is what's needed. So it just needs to be wrapped up again, and I've just been using the car builders loom tape. It's really good. It's waterproof, pretty much abrasion resistant. It's very hard to rub through, and yeah, it's just really good stuff to work with. I like it over electrical tape. And then yeah, I'll probably get some sleeving and sleeve this whole thing, and that should pretty much have it all cleaned up and right to go. So slowly getting there. It's just taking a little while. So the other thing is too, top radiator hose and the thematic switch is still on the way. Once they're here, put them on, fill this thing full of water, and we should be pretty much right to fire this thing. So that's the isolator switch. Just got to get some more wiring to run out to the battery, to the starter motor. And yeah, I put power to it the other night. All the original electrics are working. Everything's right there. Nothing caught on fire, because a lot of this wiring was all just twitched together and shit fucking hung off there and here, and yeah, it was pretty ordinary. So that's why I've had to go to the extent of pretty much rewiring half of this truck, and there's a lot of wiring that was not well. So it should be all right now. Should be nice and solid. And also going through it, I don't want to be caught 2,000 k's from home or whatever if it ever makes it that far, because of wiring. So at least if I've gone through it, I know what's been done, and yeah, we should be pretty much right. And yeah, the panel underneath, it's looking pretty good. Probably a little bit bird's nestish just because of the amount of wiring that's under there, but it's all run where it needs to be. Everything's looking pretty good. This is a replacement for the fuse panel, because the other one was that butchered up. It was never going to work, so and it's also swapped it over to the new style fuses. Got rid of the ceramic ones. Sometimes they can get a bit ordinary with their age, so that should be pretty much right. And yeah, it's all looking pretty good, so that's all done. And then yeah, the rest of the dash, the other side for the rear, that can all be done later on. So for now, the biggest thing is just to get it running and driving. Pretty much we're finished up here for getting this thing ready to fire. So it's now topped up full of oil, it's got coolant, trans is full of oil now. I've just sort of tied the wiring up just in case it gets hot. I've still got to put the other shield and shit on there, but anyway, thematic switch is turned up. What else was I looking for? Battery cable that goes down the starter, that's here. Top radiator hose, so that's all good. So yeah, this thing is pretty much ready to fire. So this is only dodgily set up, so it won't do too much. That's why it's beeping at me, because it's not exactly happy with what I'm about to make it do. I wouldn't condone doing this, but anyway. So turn him on. So we're pretty much ready to go. So I've already set the float levels, checked all the carby out. I've already put fuel through all this. Set the pressure here. So I just got a little 5 litre container, just siphened a bit out of the Corolla. Beauty of pump gas life. So yeah, we've got enough fuel to do that. So everything else is pretty much right. Pretty much just bang the core lead back on, put the battery in. So I've got the fan set up. So yeah, just so it doesn't go anywhere. It's got the vices there. So yeah, if it does start to get hot, put the fan on it and it's going to help. But I'm fairly certain that these are going to work now with this new thematic switch in here. Yeah, we should be right. So yeah, pretty much everything else is right. Of course, I don't have the heater hoses hooked up. I've just looped that. Pretty much going to do that later on down the track. But yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the wiring done. And to give you a rough idea, that's what's come out of it. So yeah, quite a bit of work. And yeah, we're pretty much here now though. So of course I've just got to mount it to the body and whatnot. I'm not going to be drilling holes. I am going to go adhesive blocks, just because I don't want to be drilling holes in panels that I've just welded all the holes up. So, and then yeah, obviously this will sit up a lot better than what it is. It'll be tucked up under here, and yeah, I'll run the shielding over everything. But for now, yeah, it'll be right to go like this. Main thing is, it's got oil pressure. It's not going to get hot. It's running properly. It's not smoking like a freight train. But again, we don't know yet. I built this shit, so we'll wait and see. So it is going to be fucking loud because it's straight out the extractors. I could probably bolt some mufflers on, but we may as well piss the neighbours off. Yeah, everything seems right. So yeah, it's pretty much just set the fuel can up, make sure everything's right, set a fire extinguisher up of course. Never run a motor in without one, especially in this fucking fire truck. And yeah, kick it in the guts and we'll see how it goes. Moving on, truck's now wrapped up. So as you can see in the Snapchat, thing runs good, shoots a few flames. But yeah, more than happy with it. It's definitely running good. Had a couple of little hiccups, mainly my fuck ups, but we fixed them in no time. And the thing came on song. Runs perfect, it's got a nice idle to it. And yeah, it should be a nice sturdy engine. So everything worked well. Thermo fans worked perfect. So the thematic switch is working. Fuel pump worked alright. so there's nothing really wrong there, but it's going to get mounted up the back a bit further. Yeah, everything else fine. Dash was all working. Plugged that back in mainly just for the oil light. Oil gauge, water temp gauge, that all worked. And yeah, pretty much running this thing in. We did have the fan in front of it, but sitting about 190, a little bit less than that. And yeah, when it was hot, it was yeah, about 50, so I'm happy with that. At idle, 50, so yeah, definitely happy with that. It's only a standard pump in it too, so it's nothing over the top, and oiling's pretty much standard except for a couple of little bits I did to the head. So yeah, very happy with it. Finally hit that sort of milestone where it runs. Can start at any time now. And yeah, I know I'm getting a bit closer. Feels like you're just doing the same shit over and over, and especially with wiring, you're just doing hours upon hours, and it doesn't look like fuck all's changed. But yeah, so more than happy with it. Cheers to the brother for coming out. It should be a good truck for the both of us, and pretty much be, yeah, handy vehicle. Gonna go and have a few beers to celebrate, and yeah, see how we go tomorrow, next week, continue on. But yeah, we did it.